This gentleman has raised his hand. I think it's time for me to stop talking and start listening. If you have a question, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 11. I'll take all 11 questions. You're first, sir.
Very glad to meet you. I've been a fan of yours since I've been a kid. It's something that I want. How many veterans are in here? You owe this man quite a bit of thank you. He has worked for us. I am Major Frank Stitzman of the United States Army for 28 years. You people are the first time I have met you. What I have for you, and then I know that you know what I know. We have next month a bunch of boys coming back from Afghanistan. These boys are going to need more help than we need, because 75% of these boys coming back have a mental problem. And what I have for you, Senator, I would like to see you get a home for the veterans in Berks County. My reason is, at the present time, there are 37,000 veterans in Berks County, which a lot of you people didn't know. And I feel it is my duty as an Adjutant General to ask the Senator to try to get us a home in Berks County for the homeless that's coming back. Thank you.
Well, I've just gotten myself a new campaign manager. I will go to work on it. I will talk to the Secretary of Veterans Affairs, General Shinseki, whom I know very well. You put your finger on a critical problem. Now, with medical advances, we've been able to save a lot of lives from young men and women in Iraq. But they're coming back with very bad mental problems. And they need a lifetime of care. I chaired the Veterans Affairs Committee for 6 years, and as the gentleman said, he knows that, and brought a lot of funds and a lot of help. And it's a long story. Some other day I'll tell you about my father, who was a veteran in World War I. And I know the veterans. I'm a veteran myself, and I'll go to work on it. Number 2, on the way to 11. Yes, sir. Gentleman in the red shirt, and then I'll take you, sir.
Fred Shade, Lower Alsace 1. On behalf of Lower Alsace 1 and the constituents in that precinct, I want to welcome you to the Democratic Party, Senator Specter.
Thank you.
Earlier in your opening, you said you came here to hear what the local people in this area are thinking about and concerned about. This party here, through the Democratic Committee, has passed a resolution in support of the Employee Free Choice Act in its purest form, in its present pure form, which does have a card check provision, but it also allows an election, which you didn't allude to in your conversation. There is 30% of the employees request an election. It takes it out of the hands of the employer and puts it into the employees who want to be represented by it. So I just wanted to have that known to you, that if you're here to find out what the local people are interested in, we did pass unanimously a resolution from this Democratic Committee supporting the Employee Free Choice in its present form. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I understand that, and I know the intensity of the interest. And when we have legislation in Congress, we try to bring a lot of different points of view to bear. And the objectives are the ones which I took out of Chairman Herman's letter: prompt election and the first contract. And I'm committed to achieving the objectives, but they'll be just a little different roadmap. Number 3 on the way to 11.
I also want to welcome you here to Democratic Committee. It's an honor to have you. I wanted to follow on with Fred's comments. I'm a little bit confused. I'm not a union member. I firmly support the Employee Free Choice Act. I think it's the best way to promote and protect economic and social justice. You co-sponsored it in 2003 and voted for closure in 2007. The only thing that changed is your position. I'm curious about why it's actually changed. We supported it so long. In 2009, this is really what we need for the city. We need people working so hard to make ends meet.
Well, I co-sponsored it in 2005. When you co-sponsor a bill, it doesn't mean that you agree with every last provision. It means that you think the bill is heading in the right direction, you agree with the objectives, and you think there ought to be legislation. Bills don't emerge exactly the way they're introduced. I don't think any bill does. There may be some exceptions. It's totally non-controversial. So I agreed with it at the start. And the first time it came up into any prominence was in 2007. And in 2007, I voted for cloture. It was the only Republican. Cloture is a term which means to take up the bill. That is to stop debate on what is a motion to proceed and to take up the bill. And I made a very long floor statement saying exactly what I said today, that there's an imbalance. A lot of jobs are being exported. There are a lot of problems on health care, a lot of problems on pensions, and elections are being delayed, and this matter ought to be taken up by the Senate, and we ought to act on it. I even wrote a law review article. Adrian, let's send to the gentleman a copy of those materials. And in 2007, I said exactly what I've said here today. And right now, we have quite a number of Democrats. It's going to have to be passed exclusively by the Democrats. It's going to have to get all 60. Don't even have 60 now, because we haven't gotten the Minnesota election. And to get it passed, there are going to have to be some accommodations. Listen, what goes on in Washington is the art of the possible. And I'm committed to getting it done. And to get it done and to get the objectives of those 2 key points. And I think you'll be satisfied with what gets done. I expect to. I don't like to put myself in concrete until I see exactly what to do. I'm very, very careful on commitments. So when I make a commitment, I do it. Let's see what happens. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. Let's prepare to find out about this a long time in advance of the primary, in advance of the election. You'll see exactly what happens and precisely what I'm doing.